Let me see you do it when the bass drop.
In the boundless expanse of the multiverse, the allure of traveling through parallel universes beckons intrepid adventurers. Each universe presents distinct laws of physics, alternate histories, and uncharted wonders. As we journey, we encounter reflections of ourselves and ponder the myriad possibilities life covers within. Guided by curiosity and a thirst for knowledge, we embrace the thrill of discovery amidst the enigmatic landscapes. This cosmic odyssey, the dance of destiny, reaffirms the unbreakable spirit of human curiosity, a feeling that the wonders of the multiverse are limitless.
Welcome back, everybody, to OWC 2025 final stage, where we are wrapping up the losers bracket. It's going to be a absolutely fantastic match between two incredible teams who are fighting, competing for the podium spot. Whoever wins this one will make it into the top three. Whoever loses will just be shy of it. And we have Australia seed 3 up against Canada seed 4. Both teams had pretty convincing wins in their prior matchups, and casting this match is going to be myself, Vorty, and I am joined alongside by Hype condensed into human form, Blank Tap. What are your thoughts about the two teams in front of us today?
Yeah, good morning, afternoon, and or evening. I mean, your guess is kind of as good as mine. Both of these teams previously performed super duper well. Plenty, and I mean plenty, of those star performance. I mean, on both sides, one of the players getting at least an 800 PP score. I think Ambrak with the Nomoto FC and Zutinator on that hidden one grind set. It is going to be a test of not only skill cap but also consistency. They've done it once, but they need to do it twice. It is a fight for the third place guarantee after all.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Zutinator in that match earlier. I mean, FC on Hidden 1, FC on Free Mod 4, an incredible score in the No Mod 1 that was basically an outlier for everyone in the lobby. I think the lesson Australia probably learns from that match is don't pick aim, at least until you make sure Zutinator isn't having another crazy aim day, because if she is, aim maps are going to be very tough to contest on. Australia up against Germany. Interestingly enough, going sort of against the grain with a lot of their picks, prioritizing hidden, prioritizing reading with DT1, DT2 open, and it was actually Canada to pick into those types of maps. So honestly, in terms of the pick strategy, I think Canada, picked into the more usual maps you expect them to pick. Australia, I wonder if they go that reading route again, because in the head-to-heads, that we saw both of these two teams play before, Australia did have the advantage against Canada on more reading things like that Nomad 4 and that Nomad 5.
Yeah, I mean, these kind of picks, it's a bit upside down. I wonder if the trend will continue. And as you said, number 4, number 5, although it is a bit iffy as number 5 is quite close from both teams. Although standout performance from Wanderyo and that number 5 is 660k. It's definitely a bit more fragile inside of Canada, so Australia definitely looking towards that, but Canada banning Nomad 2, not going to mess with Emrek, and DT4 where Australia got a solid 2 million team score with Emrek getting almost 700k, so respecting that situation. And Australia actually banning reading instead, banning hidden 2, banning the aim on the low AR for the...
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe just respecting Canada's reading roster. They have plenty of really good low AR hidden players. And Canada not messing around, picking that free mod 4, which we saw Zutinator FC last time on the hidden, wasting no time. And Canada banning that DT4 makes sense. They banned it in their previous matchup. And that being a skill set Australia is really, really good on. It's AR 10.5 control. Don't want to mess around with that. But this free mod 4 is going to be interesting because I think for me, question I have for Canada is, can Zutinator do it again? Because if Zutinator can put up FCs at a final stage again, which is unbelievably hard to do on a consistent basis, Canada will have some very, very convincing picks.
This true, but looking at the head-to-head stat actually for the Canada is ahead by somewhere around a measly 700k. So even if Zutinator does not FC, she has to do some generational low roll to throw this point away. Especially when the second best performer last time around it was Wanderyo at 600k, matching a secret box score on this very map. Looking at the roster, it does not seem that Canada is going to change anything. I mean, it's 3-4, just waiting for it. For Australia, however, still up in the air, I suppose.
Previously for Australia, you had Box and Emrek on the no mods, Powler on the hidden, and Clopit on the hard rock for this map. I think for Australia, their probably best hope to have a really good time contesting and trying to improve their score in a map like this is to have Emrek get closer to an FC. I believe he missed around the middle last time they played this. So that's probably where you can see the most score improvement for Australia. Meanwhile, for Canada, I mean, you already mentioned they had a huge score advantage in the head-to-head. They just need to try to do what they did last time, and they should be fine.
Indeed, and that's where the consistency battle comes in. And especially when I do think both sides know what's at stake and how good each other truly are. So the pressure is high. It's time to once again click circles. Take like a fun going to free mod 4 Sparkle Dancer. It's going to be your truly non-stop awkward aim map.
It's very difficult. Aim consistency, high BPM. I believe this plays like a 282 jump map. And gonna be a big test on the modern players. Notably the hard rocks are going to have a hard time. I think if you're very comfortable with reading hidden, the density won't dissuade you too much. But in the intro, no major breaks.
It is going to be a pretty slow start, but when it gets going, it just does not stop. Clopit and Emrek with the hard rock and Nomad that miss. And Zutinator is actually the first one to fall. The devil has been busy, but this time around, she has missed. 2v3 currently, but Canada is still leading the charge as Clopit finds again another mistake.
Couple more breaks from the side of Canada. Xylus and Yip both dropping. It's now just Wanderyo on the no mod with that 400 combo, but matched by Secret Box and Powler on the hidden currently uncontested. Emrek building up that recovery as well, missing around the same time as Zutinator. So it's going to be Australia advantage in this first quarter, but plenty of time left. The map is over 3 minutes long, and Clopit box breaking is going to be huge for Canada to try to take this back.
Indeed, the coin is still flipping as things are equalizing to each other. 60k difference currently, and only Sutinator against Amrak. Both standout players fighting head on, but only one may survive. Silas, however, a bit of a cheeky support as that finds a miss on the slow section. And now, the score will slowly but surely go to the side of Canada, but for now, Australia with a solid cushion in their side.
Yeah, we saw those breaks earlier from Wandario and Paler, but it's Amrek up against Zutinator, Amrek on the no-mod, Zutinator on the hidden. Which of the two can go further? The comment did mention Australia kind of hopes for Amrek to hold, but he doesn't. He finds a huge miss, and now Canada with Zutinator and Xylus on the no-mod recovery are going to have a massive combo lead. Wandario as well building up. It's looking a little bit bleak for Australia. We're past the halfway point, and they are running out of time to try to take a bite at this breakpoint.
Firepower's looking very low while Canada slowly but surely building it up. It was a slow start, but what makes a great player different from a good player is how you recover. And currently Canada flourishing after a bit of a mishap. Monderio finally finding a miss, but Xylis alongside Sutinator still looking ever so shiny with their combos.
I mean, yeah, and this super convincing by the end here with Xylus and Xenonator both holding. Australia trying to build up to any combos. It's Amrek and Box and the No-Mods, but they're just not enough. Ethan Wandaria finding some misses, but it does not matter. The Xylus and Xenonator have their back. Over 300k score lead, and now it's just rolling out to see how much they can win this pick by.
Such an art form, and Canada are the master of such art. Style is finally finding the mess, but it does not matter. Ladies and gentlemen, when an artist performs, you watch. When a poet speaks, you listen. When a queen stands, you kneel. And Sutinator is absolutely aiming every single one of these circles, finally finding a miss at the end there. But she's done it again. A bit shaky again in the beginning, but it's quite funny that her low roll is 800k. I mean, you know, for the
That's a
Australia gonna discount, I guess. Yeah.
That's a pretty good skill floor when 840k is your lower of the two scores in a finals map pool. I mean, yeah, just the consistency of aim from Xenonator is unreal, and it's gonna give Canada a lot of advantages in some of these aim maps going forward as they take their first pick. And Australia to respond now. In times past, Australia would normally be picking things like DT2, DT1, in this spot, maybe even DT3, that map being open, but Canada, they had that incredible DT2 performance with the Xylus FC and some phenomenal supporting combos, almost getting 3 million team score. So if Australia is going to pick into tapping, they're going to have to be very, very confident. Could see it later. Otherwise, Australia might just be picking into things like No Mod 4, things like No Mod 5, but those are dicey maps. Those aren't as big of a leads as you'd want.
That is, I will definitely think on that. Something of a bit of a joker pick, you know, is 3 actually, but not really. Almost getting 3 million, a double FC from Secret Boss and Ambrek on the hidden and no mod. But the man has spoken. They are going with Fremont 1. This was Canada's last and winning pick last match. And Australia ready to challenge them as their very first pick. Quite the bold statement.
I mean, we've seen Australia be incredible on flow aim. There was previously that round where you had an MREC box, double FC, both around the 700 to 800 PP range for their scores. So very, very convincing flow aim skill from Australia. And the team score for Canada on this free mod 1 was a little bit over 2 million. So Australia knowing that, likely feeling good about picking into this one. I think the benefit for a map like this as well is you can put Box on the hidden, being an incredibly comfortable hidden flow aim player, and that means you can have somebody else on the comfort no mod.
However, a scary thing about Canada's score, despite that 2 million team score, is Xylis was the one on Heart of Duty, and he was the one getting the top score on that team. So again, a very fragile situation here, but Canada definitely has the potential, and if the Nomad player can do their best in this time around, I think they have a solid chance of taking this away from Australia. But again, there's a reason why this is Australia's first pick.
And with the Nomad 2 being banned, obviously the Nomad 2 is more stamina focused than Flow Aim. Also has a lot of flight minutes, so this is the closest Australia is really going to get to a map like that. Maps left. You actually see Xaver coming in. Australia primarily throughout this tournament has been closer to a 5-man lineup, but Xaver very, very comfortable on Flow Aim, so we'll be hopping in for this one to round out Australia's roster as they look to get their first point on the board here.
Indeed, this is going to be quite the marathon as well, ladies and gentlemen. 5 minutes and 3 seconds, not too high of a BPM, it's 200. But again, it's all about the flow. Gotta be very much fluid with this map as we slowly but surely increase the stake. Australia, can they secure this?
Canada, going for the same roster they did last time. I considered if maybe they would think about putting Xylus on the Nomad, considering he did have the highest score with Hard Rock, so maybe potential for higher consistency on closer to FCs with the Nomad, but no, they go with the same lineup. Bok's going to be on the Hidden as you'd expect. Clopit taking the Hard Rock. We have Emrek and Xaver on the Nomads. Strap in for this one. It's a little bit over 5 minutes long, so a test of consistency if you'll ever see one outside of the tiebreaker.
Especially as the first pick, this is going to be quite a nerve test for Australia. The pressure is on them to get this first point of theirs on their own pick. The ball must roll, but we need to see some action from Australia. So far so good, accuracy on their side, 0 misses however in this lobby, everyone looking spotless. But as time goes on, will we see someone make the first mistake, clop it with the first one? But that's the hard rock combo for Australia, and Xylus still looking very strong.
And the Hard Rock, and this is brutal, and Box is going to miss as well. Xylus trading. Box, a little bit of an unfortunate break. You'd likely expect that to be a player who goes far in a map like this, but the Nomads are still intact for Australia. Canada, though, comes out with the combo lead with Zudinator still holding onto that Hidden. We're a bit over a quarter in now. Canada's slowly going to build that lead, assuming no other misses.
And safer still. The 2 pillars for Australia. How long can they weather out the storm as we go into the first gauge section? Canada still with the 3 musketeers. Emrek is down and Xaver, the last man standing to save Australia. This is looking extremely difficult. Canada giving Australia quite a hard time. Finally looking at a miss for Yip, but Clopit is struggling on Hard Rock. Some chain misses coming from all sides. It's a 1v2 situation still as Australia trying to leverage this accuracy advantage. But to what avail? Accuracy be damned. Canada has combo and Canada has the lead.
Canada has the lead with a 2-way in Xaver. The final combo that remained for Australia misses. And with that, Australia, it's looking really bleak on this first pick. We're halfway into the map now. Wandario still holding on that Nomad. Zuninator crushing it on the Hidden. And Australia will need to build this up, but they need the breaks from Canada to happen. And Wandario is going to be the first of the 2 big combos. Zuninator now going to be the one for Canada to have this score lead as long as she can hold on to it. The Hidden Flow Aim, can she go the distance? If she does, Australia will have a hard time, but does find the miss and gives Australia a glimmer of hope.
And indeed the lead now going down. A secret box hitting one of the hardest part. This is what he's known for. A secret in his name. Public is his fame. Can he prove once again that this is his territory? 900 combo, 1/3 of the map remains. An opportunity for Australia. But this is not going to be sold for free. Canada is going to make this expensive. But Australia ready to spend all of their savings. Can they go on?
Gonna be necessary here as Box holding onto that 1000 combo. Now Xaver and Emmerich about to hit 700. Outdoing the combos by a huge margin for Canada. Xaver does find a miss, but traded by Yip and Xylus. Box is crushing this ending, so is Emmerich, and now they take the score lead. Just need to hold on for a little bit longer. Try to seal this. But these streams are so difficult, BlanckTap.
Oh my god! You're hitting it! Emmerich in the secret box just absolutely eating this up like it's a breakfast, ladies and gentlemen. A sunny side up alongside some pieces of bacon. Australia serving up a storm as we go into the last few streams. It was looking dire. It was looking doomed. But when push comes to shove, the brown will prevail over the brain. And in this mechanically intensive pick, the land down under will be on top. There will not be an early break point. It was a bit of a ruse, a bit of a psych, as Australia gains their first point very nicely. Quite the explosive start in the 40. Oh my god, what a recovery.
Could not have said it better myself, BlanckTap, and that really just shows never ever, when you're down massive in a map like this, never give up. Emmerich and Box both held on after their misses, and Xaver as well, the huge 500k from a player who's had some struggles but making it big here. And Canada, despite their early lead, Australia comes out on top on the consistency with that 2 miss from Box as well. Super impressive, and that is a much needed first pick to go their way in a match that is going to be very, very contested. Do not want to be dropping against a team as good as Canada here.
Yeah, this is, oh boy, to think that we're only 2 picks in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a best of 13. Oh man, stay tight, get comfortable, don't forget your water, because we're going into Canada's second pick, and I mean, you know, there's Hidden One, there's some other maps. I mean, you know, it's, the world is their oyster, and they are still, there are still clear ways ahead, to say the least, for me.
That is true. They go for right into Fremont too. I was thinking, you know, maybe,
my.
as you mentioned, Hidden One, with how Zoodonator's been playing on aim. Hard Rock at 1, even potentially an option. But they go for the free mod too, and that is going to be the anti-mod. So you're looking at CS5, AR8, pick your poison in terms of the mod choice. And it's going to be more of an aim test as well, so still staying into that aim lane, but with the gimmick element of the low pro trading and precision.
Yeah, this is quite the demonic aim anti-mod, but again, you know, it's not too far off. The theme is still aim, and Canada, they are pretty good at making quite a bit of haikus, quite a bit of poetry in these kinds of skill set. Funnily enough, none of these teams have played this, so we are in a bit of an uncharted territory, but in a fog of war, a tank is still visible, and Canada has plenty of firepower in this map.
I wonder if some of the logic for Canada picking into a map like this is maybe trying to force Australia to have to hard rock overmod if they don't have 4 players or 3 players who are comfortable with low AR. Almost certainly we'll see Paler on the hidden for this one. Probably Cloppet on the hard rock, and then you would think Emmerich Box on the no mod, but maybe one of them would take the hard rock just for the comfort. But ideally, you don't want to overmod a map like this.
It's a bit of a... Oh, okay, never mind. You know, I was a bit scared that it was a typo, but possible, ladies and gentlemen, we are still on our scheduled program as Saber Pellar, Stickpos, and Emmerich comes in for Australia. There is going to be time for Fremont 2 soon enough, and once again, pretty decent chunk of a map, 3 minutes. Consistency and just consistency. Oh boy, this whole pool is just a bit of a marathon, to say the least.
Oh yeah, no breaks here, and Xaver going to be coming in to round out the no mod slot. We saw Xaver play the no mod 5 for Australia yesterday, so that's going to be the player in the low AR consistency territory. So no overmods from either team. We do see Paler on the hidden, Box on the hard rock, Rick on the no mod, and for Canada, who picked this, see Zutinator on the hard rock, Xylus on the hidden. And with how Zutinator's been playing, my eyes are glued to the top right of the screen here, but Xylus going to be the first to break on that hidden.
Strongest of start, but we've seen how both sides kind of have their own hiccups in the beginning. Let's see if this is going to be the same or if those two maps from both sides are a bit of a fluke. Saber will be the first one to miss after a while. 0 trades coming from Canada. 3v3 on the full combo scale, but Xylus recovering quite quickly.
Does miss right after you mentioned, might have been a bit of an unintended curse as Yip misses right after giving Australia a huge lead, but you mentioned a bit on the longer side as well, so plenty of time for Canada to try to find a recovery, but you have Paler on the hit, and he's been so crucial for Australia here. Xylus finding another miss. Box, Emrek also hold, so big lead for Australia here, but how long can they hold it? See these patterns, so awkward. Miss can happen at any moment.
In the Canada corner, 3v2. Hidden, no more hard rock. Australia has all of the element, but in of Blinkonovi. It all collapsed, leaving only Emrek to fend off against Wanderia and Zutinator. Yip and Xylus recovering very, very quickly. Half of the map remains, and Canada managed to crawl their way back into this game. Big stream, big burst, some triangles here and there. And Canada is still going on strong. Very difficult situation for Emrek as he too has fallen.
You look at the side of Canada right now. Wanderia still in the Nomad FC, but Zutinator on the hard rock. 6.5. The difficulty of this map with that mod is unbelievable. As we saw Box miss on an early one, Dario finds the miss for Canada, but I don't think it matters if Zutinator is doing what she's doing. Still on that hard rock FC as Australia struggles to find anyone to hold. It's just Emrek with a little bit of combo, but it just won't matter here. Canada, 350k scored the lead, and how far can Zutinator fly on this free mod 2 blank tap? That's fine to miss though, but
not too far
Still-
enough.
still did
600k. Oh my goodness, showing out on free mod 4, showing up on free mod on other maps, and now on free mod 2. Waiter. The steak is too juicy, the lobster too buttery, and Zutinator is too dominant on any resemblance skill set involving aim. She will stand alone at 700k, and she will stand alone as the insanity of a hot rock player she truly is.
you know, I had the question earlier. Zutinator played unbelievable yesterday. Could she do it again today? And if they could, Canada would be very, very strong. And so far, she is proving it. I believe she has top scored every map they've played so far on her team, on the side of Canada, including the free mod 1. So assuming this performance keeps up, just keep picking name. Just ask Zutinator, what do you want to play? We pick that. Let's go. But Australia picking Epiphany, the DNB banger. It's a skill set that Australia is very, very known for. They avoided picking it against Germany. Canada picked this one yesterday, but they are the ones to fire the bullet here.
Canada, 1.83 mil. Last time they played this. Pink Eye Fan, the standout player. This time around 630k. Zutinator at 500k. Xylus 455 and Nujabes at 264.
Australia, they know the limit, they know the baseline, and they are feeling quite sure for this one. So, you know, we will definitely be seeing the core duo Secret Box and Emrek for Australia. But how about the third and the fourth for you? What are we thinking here?
I mean, I would just imagine Emrek, Box, Atkins, Cloppet. The only other player who could play this is probably Superior, but I think that would be it. It's going to be 4 of those, most likely Cloppet coming in for the 4th slot. And yeah, I mean, this is primarily a test of DT aim consistency, and it's almost 7 minutes before DT, so very long for DT1, considering the speed up. Has a lot of 5-note bursts as well. I think there's, if I recall correctly, there's nothing in this map like longer than a 5-note burst, but there's plenty of those. So some tapping control will matter, but both teams have that in spades. So it's just going to be that aim, especially towards the ending.
Yeah, we love ourselves some DNB with double time. Just comfy jumps into burst, especially when this map is strangely quite serene, quite relaxing. Well, not if you were playing it on a finals on a World Cup, but as a viewer, as a caster, it's kind of chill, you know?
Oh, it's chill no mod. No mod, super chill. DT, this puts you through the ringer, man.
That's fair.
you'll be sweating. You'll be sweating bullets by the time you're done with it. But I believe Emrek, if I recall, at least at some point had rank 1 on this map. Maybe still does. So if that's the case, you know, we'll have that advantage. But the whole of Australia should be very comfortable with the skill set. But with how we've seen Canada playing, they've obviously been putting up some pretty good scores. But 1.8 million last time they played this. Australia should feel pretty good about beating that.
Indeed. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, oh, 4 minutes and 38 seconds. It is time to jump and burst and jump and burst for the next foreseeable future, to say the least. Everyone still looking quite comfortable. Definitely gotta be wary about Nujabes though. Nujabes getting 264k last time, not the most comfortable player for Canada. But let's see if they have kind of recovered or kind of figured it all out. Currently though, Banjo is figuring themselves out as well against a bit frozen in time, but ladies and gentlemen, let's just calm down and appreciate the other 7 players currently playing. And oh boy, 40.
A little bit alarming. I can't tell if that's Akin's disconnection. Not sure if that's going to be an abort or not potentially. I mean, right now it's 2-2 with the players we see. Klopp and Box, but I think the music has also desynced. There we go.
Right. Oh my days! He's
Atkins
back from the grocery store. Oh my god! All right. Well, we're back at it for this, but now no one else is playing alongside him. Oh, wait, hold the front door.
I think that's an abort that just happened.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right. Okay.
All right. Okay. You know, get your nerves out. You play the warm up or play the intro. Just hit it again. The players who have seed. It's gonna be a nice. Whenever this happens, and you're playing, always think if you did have an early break on a map this long, you're like, oh, dude, thank goodness, I get to do that again.
Oh my god. However, it doesn't really disqualify the possibility of looking at someone FCing before and they just miss on like the first 7 notes for no reason. It happens. I've done it. People done it, I think. So yeah, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck, have fun. Take 2. It's time for the DT1 once more.
For real this time, for realsies. No early disconnections. But yeah, you mentioned earlier it's going to be a lot of jumps into bursts, into jumps into bursts. And that can be a big element of a map like this, is you might be very comfortable playing a minute of this map, 2 minutes of this map, but going the distance on 4.5 minutes, especially with the diff spike at the end, can really, really waver on your consistency. But this time, Pink Eye Fan going to be the first to break on the side of Canada. And you mentioned before, Nujabes struggled yesterday. See if Nujabes can get a higher score last time, finding some axe struggles, but still holding the combo. Zudinator, early break as well.
Dear indeed, Kloppit finding a miss on the second note of this map, but it's basically a full combo, so we're gonna count it like that. It's a 4v2 thus far, 90k difference. In Australia, still holding on quite the momentum, quite the firepower. 100k now, as we are still in the first 1/8 of the map.
This map has a couple breaks. This is the first one, so it's really nice if you can get your combo to one of these checkpoints, you could say. because the combo afterwards is pretty free as long as you're comfortable, which these players pretty much all are. But getting into the real meat here, this is where you'll see more breaks as the spacing expands, the bursts get a bit longer. Xylis Clopit going to be 2 to break here, as Canada only has 1 FC left, and it's Nujabes, player who struggled yesterday, but it's going to be important for Nujabes to hold on if they want a chance here.
Yeah, but Australia, I mean, gonna let this dream of a comeback stay a dream, trying to do what they can to thwart the momentum in the side of Canada. Nujabes and Pink Eye Pen has plenty of combo to say the least, but Australia has much more. 230k in the lead, and they are not stopping. Not for a pit stop, not for a refuel. They are going all the way to their destination.
And if they can hold on for a little bit longer, Box does find a miss. I do believe there's a more quiet section coming later on, but Nujabes dropping that last full combo for Canada. Pink Eye Fan, Zudinator gone as well. It's just Pink Eye Fan on the recovery, but here is the break. We see Akins, Emmerich still holding onto those full combos with a 340k score lead. Australia showing their dominance on the skill set, but we still have half of the map to go. That's just how long this DT1 is, but this quiet section is going to allow Emmerich and Akins to pad their leads.
Indeed, and with half of the map remaining, this lead is gonna keep on aging like the finest wine there is. Emmerich and Akins, an absolute connoisseur in this mechanics DT1. 1400 combo, still climbing. There is just nothing that they can do to kind of throw this away. They have secured themselves this immense lead currently for the...
I mean, with this lead, it should be sealed, especially with how hard this ending is. You'll see everything ramps up. The spacing, these triple slider jumps that are pretty awkward to hit at times. As long as they can hold on a little bit, Akins going to find the miss, can't really blame him. Emmerich, the former rank 1 on this map, still holding. Pink Eye Fan doing their best on the side of Canada, but with this lead from Australia, it's likely done as long as Emmerich can just hold, and he's doing it over 700k now, crushing this ending, this epiphany masterclass he's putting up right now.
Pink Eye! There's the miss in the side of Canada, and Emmerich still untouchable, still unreachable, up high in the sky, sitting on his throne. God gazed at him as his true DT1 soldier, and Emmerich gazed back. 99% accuracy, 2100 combo, and he will put a bow in this neat little present for all of you guys to enjoy. Emmerich, uncontestable, and he is him. 2300 combo, and he is just there. He is... Wow.
I absolutely
no words.
cannot believe we just saw an Epiphany DTFC in a tournament match in OWC. This was like an end game score when it happened in solo, and Emmerich just doing it now in a match. 99.1% AC, showing this is his skill set. He is the best at the game on these kind of things. The consistency is unreal. I mean, I need a PP check on that, because that very well could be OWC PP record with that accuracy as well.
Yeah, please do. I love numbers. This is kind of crazy. 99.1% accuracy for 4 minutes and 38 seconds. Truly having quite the consistency, quite the patience. Wait, what?
925. The
No
first
way, man.
900,
Shut up.
the first
Shut
900
up.
in OWC history. Oh, man, what a play, man.
Oh my god, man. It's been 4 maps, and oh my days, Hidden One is on the board. Zutinator, I mean, you know. I'm like kind of claiming the DT1 as his theme song. Ladies and gentlemen, we are hearing Zutinator's boss team currently. Oh my god, once again, it's aim, and Canada aiming for the 3rd place guarantee. And this is the map that they're gonna pick next.
Yeah, I believe that map, that play as well was keep a record by almost 100 in OWC, but Zudinator sees that FC, it says, Emrek, that's pretty good. Do that as well. As Canada picks this hit and one, obviously Canada had a huge head-to-head lead against Australia when they played this last time, and that was almost entirely because Zutinator FC this. And with how she's been playing on her type of maps, gotta expect at least, a pretty massive score. The ending of this map is unreal. I just can't imagine hitting it again, but if you can even just get to it, that's good enough.
Oh my god, yeah, this map it's not right. It shouldn't exist, and yet here it is. It's just madness, I'm telling you, madness. This map is barbaric, but Canada gonna get their hands dirty on this one, and they are ready. Look at them, sitting neat like an O block in Tetris. Xylis, Zutinator, Wanderio, and Nujabes. They are ready as a 4-man team. Secret Fox finally coming in, and Break as well, but still waiting for 2 more. And there it is, completing the Australia block as well, as we are waiting for the referee to start this up.
On the side of Australia, when they first picked this against Germany, they've been very, very good throughout the tournament at this type of hit and these more comfortable in terms of approach rating, right? It's less reading. It's AR10. You can almost just consider this a hidden hard rock map with big circles as a base, right? and that's basically what this map is. So the approach rating, I think, is going to be very helpful for Australia. Obviously, very helpful for the players on Canada as well. But for Australia here, the hope for them is, can their players, probably their star players like at T1 FC, put up some bigger scores? But some of the patterns are so awkward that getting that combo deep, especially past the halfway point, can be so difficult. Canada, on the other side, have a player who can do just that. That's what they're going to be looking for here.
Absolutely, and yeah, this map, absolutely no joke. The spacing, the distance from one continent to the other. We will crown our Christopher Columbus very soon enough. Currently, however, Canada faltering under the pressure, under the waves. 3 misses already, leaving only Zutinator against Emrek and Atkins. 2v1, but Canada still holding on this early section.
Still with that ZDFC, but Australia, massive combo lead here. Emrek, Atkins, both holding onto that full combo box with a great recovery. And Zutinator going to be the miss, traded by Atkins, but lightning will not strike twice here for Canada as Wanderio Nujabes drops. It's just Xylis on the recovery up against Emrek, the last 2 big combos left. But Emrek is the one who's on a roll here with aim. We'll see how far he can go as Australia holding on to a small lead for now.
40k difference as Xylis have recovered. Emrek, the last man standing for Australia. It is going to be the old standoff between the combo holders. Everyone else, a bit of a side character, trying to recover. Atkins will be the first one to miss after a while, but the Canada not going to go too far as well. Nujab is finding their own miss. Secret Box falls as well. Some more supporting combo in the side of Canada, but it's still staying in the side of Australia as we go yet again into another section. Xylis is now down. Zutinator recovered, but Emrek has yet to fall.
Emrek still on that huge combo. Zutinator doing their best with the recovery, but Emrek, as long as he can hold here, Australia will have the advantage. And if you remember, Emrek on a different map set of this song played it with BP, so this probably feels like slow motion for him. You can see the circles coming in from the future before they even show up on their screen here. He is just that proficient at this type of aim, and he is doing what some people expect him to do last time, but it's happening this time for real. Still need to hold though, because Zutinator is right there behind him, ready to pounce if Emrek finds the miss.
Indeed, and Australia does not really have any supporting combo. Canada just building it up, recovery after recovery. Emrek, 1300 combo against the entirety of Canada into the last PA section. One last quarter. It is going to be just unforgiving. Silas will finally fall. One day, the last man to support Sutinator in her conquest to defeat the Goliath, the Emrek. 1,400 combo right now. Last quarter, 120k difference. Australia is not letting this go.
Emrek still with that FC, 129k, not many combos for Canada outside of Zutinator. If Emrek hits this ending, I think it's over. Canada is running out of time, a sliver of time left, just a couple jumps. But Emrek, can he go back-to-back the DT1, now the hidden one? There's some devious patterns here. How far can he go?
Oh my god! That's one! That's two! Hits the entire corner! Call him the aim maestro! My goodness! Lightning doesn't strike twice, but there has been two lightnings. Emrek is going to close out this hidden one, not with an FC sadly, but with a break point. And this is pivotal, Vordi.
That was what Australia needed. Unfortunately, doesn't get the FC with how just devious those last couple jumps were. Those angles were very, very preposterous. But Emrek going to still get a million. Zutinator putting up a great performance, but can't exactly do what she did last time as Australia. First breakpoint of the match. And when you're up against a team as good as Canada, how they've been playing, that is a breath of fresh air for them. It's really just those two players, man, were the outliers. Like everybody else, right? You're looking at 350k to like 450 or 460k as the range, and then just those two are in a different realm of their own.
Yeah, this is definitely something else. However, the way ahead for Australia is going to be more slightly unclear now. They did really well on Fremont 3, but it is a kind of map that Canada can easily contest as well, so plenty of risk on board for Australia.
Yeah, I mean, I still think if you can put up a team score of 3 million, it's definitely not going to be a bad pick. But you mentioned Canada will be able to contest it, and it's probably one of the more, I'm not going to say it's not an easy map at all, but on the Nomad specifically, it's probably one of the more FC-able maps in the pool, for sure. Australia still, I mean, it's going to be interesting which team shoots first on the double times, assuming we see them at some point. That DT2, DT3, high BPM speed and finger control stamina. So both teams are so good at that skill set. Australia hasn't played it in this stage, but we saw Canada on DT2. But Australia going to go into Hard Rock 3, so going to pick that first Hard Rock here. I believe they had the lead. Yes, they had about a 150k score lead when they played it last time against Canada. Now, Canada did have Zutinator with an S rank, lots of slider breaks potential in this map, but Zutinator can make that S rank into closer than FC. It will be close, but very, very difficult. Techie, flow-aimy Hard Rock.
Yeah, I mean, this map is pretty interesting. It is a bit of tech, a bit of flow, a bit of that very annoying awkward aim alongside the sliders. And it's just combined into one beautiful concoction. It's just Marmalade Butcher in a nutshell, and especially with Hard Rock, this map is a certified banger and a certified killer.
I believe Canada gonna take a timeout here. Maybe doing a quick mental reset after that breakpoint. And with a map like this, I mean, as you mentioned, Australia's picks are, I think for both teams, right? Both teams have the firepower in their players, where if anybody gets a crazy score, breakpoint is always possible. So never want to give up hope for a breakpoint, and here they certainly have a chance.
Yeah, and again, especially in this Hard Rock 3, score is actually extremely balanced. Zutinator and Yip getting both 500k on this Hard Rock 3, and the only standout performance was Emrek with 640k, but again, it's really fragile, and it's the bottom line of the players will matter heavily as well. It is a team game after all. You cannot just keep 1v4ing in a 4v4 format. That's a lot of force.
Yeah, I mean this map as well is just Slider Break City. You see so many S ranks from the top performing scorers on this map. It's very, very challenging to combo through all the sliders from there. CS 5.2 and pretty awkward. I think notably for Australia here, Emrek obviously, as you mentioned, putting up 640k. Atkins with a solid score as well on the just shy of 500k S rank. They probably hope for Box to be able to improve from their performance from last time, and if he does that, then they should be able to break that 2 million score barrier. But obviously, very difficult with the nerves that OWC can inflict at this stage.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at the chat, and at that time it has indeed started, so we're just gonna do a bit of a kind of a chill period for now as both teams kinda regaining their mental, kinda discussing maybe about their picks, about their incoming strategy. And this is quite the, I've seen these timeouts before in the middle of the match, right after the break point. It is really good to just take a step back, get yourself a bit of a breather, and just kind of tell yourself and each other that it's not the end of the match for losing one break point. You can always get it back, and this pick has that potential as the Teenator, Wanderian's Team Happy comes in.
As we pretty much said everything we can say about this Hard Rock 3, any maps you want to see picked in this match blank tab, just because you want to see the map.
Alright, wait, hold the front door. Hold the front door. I mean, number 3 is... number 3 is a bit funny.
Nova 3 is a wild map. Actually would like to see that one. I think I kind of got my wish seeing Emrek FC Epiphany in a tournament. I think I'm good. I think that's my wish granted.
Yeah, it's fair.
But I believe the timeout should be ending soon. Even if it hasn't ended, all the players are in. You see Cloppit, Box, Atkins, Emrek on the side of Australia, the core mechanics team for that. And then you have Xylus, Zudinator, Wanderio, Yip coming in for Canada. This is Australia's pick here as they look to consolidate the break point they took from Canada on the Hidden One. And it's going to be a test of flow and tech consistency on Hard Rock here.
3 minutes and 21 seconds once again. Very considerable amount of consistency on such an inconsistent skill set mix. This is going to be the true test and all tests as we go into the first section. Cloppit and Emrek with the first misses. Canada, the comfortable initial quad full combo down to a 3 though, but accuracy definitely much more comfortable in the side of Australia as they are threading ahead with 11k.
I mean, the ACK challenge on a map this awkward with OD10 cannot be understated. As Atkins finding a more impactful miss is now Australia with basically 3 FCs if you kind of just forget about that initial miss from Cloppit. But Canada with the combo lead initially, but Australia keeping it in their favor with the accuracy. But the breaks will come in. Only question is when and by who.
Oh my!
Oh, that slider tick. That slider tick.
Alright, Cloppit. A bit of an unfortunate situation. Everyone has survived the funny surprise, but Xylus will soon fall victim indeed himself. 3v3, anyone's game, ladies and gentlemen. Place your bets because this does seem to be a 50-50 situation.
Have Emrek and Box here, the dynamic duo for Australia, but Emrek going to be the first to break Atkins as well, trading, missing the recovery, and now Canada with a huge lead. You have Zudinator, Wanderio finds the miss, but Yip close to an FC here with that 700, and they're going to run away with it, but Zudinator finds the miss, but be traded by Box right after, and now Australia has nobody left. It's just Yip for Canada.
Finally finding the slider break. It's a 60k difference. This is still
Anybody's game, an absolute pandemonium in this war zone. Canada, can they see clearly through the clutter? Can they keep themselves calm? Can they keep themselves afloat? The water's coming in. Can they survive? Wonder you and Emrek, a 1v1 situation for the both of them. Wonder you keeping his team alive, keeping his team afloat. Canada, an absolute monster performance currently, but Australia kind of catching them, but it is definitely slipping away.
Flipping away, it just Canada's not giving Australia enough room here. All 4 of their players are holding on to these recoveries. Everybody above 400 combo. Clopit kind of matching one of them, Emrek on 700, but they need more. They need Canada to find some misses, especially with that break from Clopit. Otherwise, Emrek does not have enough time for this recovery to do much. They've already gotten 200k score lead, and I think Canada's done it. They've managed to snatch that break point right away from Australia's hands, and they tie the match back up to 3-3 here.
Canada giveth, Canada taketh. We are 3-4-3, a back-to-back breakpoint. Ladies and gentlemen, none of these teams are running away with the lead. We're back to the equilibrium. Back into a standstill as we go and wonder what Canada is going to pick for their 4th map.
See all of those slider breaks, bottom of the screen there. But man, Canada not letting Australia go away with an advantage. And now, to pick their map, after that hidden one, they don't want to let something like that happen again, with how difficult it will be to take breakpoints from Australia. I mean, I wonder if they just stay in the AIM territory. That's kind of been their MO so far. In terms of AIM, I think primarily you have something like the Hard Rock 1 that's left. Likely want to avoid picking that Fremont 3 because of how good Australia is on it. Australia banned the Hard Rock 2 yesterday, so Canada's feeling maybe good on it. It's a precision alt, very bursty as well, some over 300 BPM bursts on that CS 7.2. Could be an option.
So, Fremont 2 is so Hard Rock 3. That is definitely a very logical conclusion, but logic does not mean reality. Team Blue gonna go in for a hidden 3. And looking at the theoretical score, they actually loses against Australia if you compare their previous scores. This is bold, this is interesting, but you know, it might just work for them. We've seen how they did on Hard Rock 3, so I'm guessing they're feeling under control.
I mean, this map was very, very close when these teams last played it. I believe Canada with a slight... Yeah, Canada with a slight advantage, so they won out the head-to-head by about 60k. With just an overall pretty good team score. Zerinator top scored it last time for Canada with a 488k. Emrek top scoring Australia with a 460k. Notably, Atkins under that 300k scoreline, probably making up the difference in this head-to-head. And, I mean, similar to the No Mod 3 in the aim control slot, this map is also just really, really difficult. Likely won't be seeing any full combos. That's going to come down to just team consistency, and anybody can get into that 500k score range potentially.
I mean, come on, it's CS 2.6. You barely
Oh,
aim,
dude,
right?
it's so easy. It's just like, why is starting 7.7 blanks happen? It's an aim control awkward reading now. That probably doesn't mean anything. Right, you know, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Oh, but never mind. I'm distraught actually. Canada actually won against. By about 60k. Still, basically equal. Both sides had one guy having both for 60k, two guys with 400, and the other at the 300k mark. Oh, this is iffy. You know, things about to get real ugly for the as we go into this hidden 3. Oh man.
I mean, I think with scores like that, it's just you just want to claw for any combo you can get. You need to lock in for every note, even if you can't get a big combo. Every recovery will matter with a pick like this. And interesting, you mentioned the CS 2.6, very big circles compared to the traditional CS4. although it obviously helps with the aim aspect, right? You don't need to aim as precise. I think it makes it harder for the reading, especially on Hidden. It can kind of clutter the screen, and it might be harder at times to find exactly where you have to go. It's probably an element that can make this map so tough to combo, but Canada's pick here as Australia keeps fighting, try to get that breakpoint back potentially, and this is about as close as ever going to get.
Everyone's just kind of chilling in the beginning. It's all calm, serene, and beautiful. But the world is about to crumble within this hidden tree. Some funny writings here and there, but when it's time to lock in, it's time to lock in. It's time for some flow control, ladies and gentlemen. Canada's pick, a very volatile map indeed. And we're about to see it right in front of our very eye. Wanderio with the first miss.
That early break so far in the more quiet section of the map, but likely won't make the biggest of a difference as we go further into it. As the map kicks up, as you can see here, some of the patterns getting more awkward with some of the ult you have to do. Xylus going to be finding a big miss on the side of Canada. Australia still holding their 4-way, but here the map really picks up, but they're still doing it. All of their combos are intact, and that's going to make a difference even as we see people miss. This slight score lead here at the beginning can help. Powler finds a break, but so does Wanderio and Steam Happy. It's just Zudinator on the side of Canada, and Zudinator breaks a Secret Box trades, but Akins Emrek still doing it.
Akins finally down, but Emrek once again the big bad wolf blowing down Canada's home. But he will too find a slider break, hold the front door. It is not over just yet. Silence finding a big chain miss though. 100k difference, and in such a volatile, such a difficult map to hold any combo on. This is quite the gap.
And here, people are struggling to find combos. I think Emrek missed or slider broke on that. There's like one slider in this map that kind of goes up and down and up and down. It's very, very awkward. And that's what took Emrek's combo. But Australia now with a 120k score lead. And on a map this difficult, that is a huge lead as Box holds on to that now 400 combo. Emrek, and they all hit. Look at that.
Oh my
Brutal flow pattern taking out 3 of the Canadians. Just Xylus hit that, but Australia coming out ahead. And now they're looking to take this in the ending here, looking for another breakpoint, not giving Canada any breathing room as Box and Emrek are just crushing this ending.
Back to back to back. Australia not relenting, not stopping at any given point. Canada, their recovery is but a mirage in the desert of Australia. The Secret Box still hitting it no longer, but Emrek got this under control. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AIM 101. Your professor, Mr. Egg, with 750 combo going into the ending.
And that right there is my Australian OWC Shaq and Kobe. That 1-2 punch from Emrek Box coming out huge here, as those two players are the outlier scorers in the entire lobby, including all of Canada's scores, and ends up winning that breakpoint by a huge margin. Massive, massive win for Australia as they go into their next pick. And, you know, nothing is guaranteed here. We saw Canada take that harder 3 away from them, but Australia finally picking the thing they like to pick pretty much always, but they've been hesitant here. They pick the stamina finger control.
I feel it, the chills in the air, and you know, and I'm in Indonesia. We do not have winter. Australia, they have quite the aura on these kinds of picks. Canada, they did really well on DT2, but this DT3 is something slightly different, and that might just be the thing that kind of separates 3 million to 2 million actually. This is gonna be very difficult for Canada.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree in that point where I think if you're going to pick into tapping against a team as good as Canada on the skill set, pick a different type of tapping than the map they certified are really, really good at, which is the DT2, where they had an incredible scoreline. So leaning into a slightly different direction. Now for finger control and stamina, I mean, this is a really high BPM for that type of map. It's 285 with double time. But it is also very short. We've been seeing a lot of long maps in this pool, but this is going to be a very short one, a little bit over 2 minutes, so very volatile. And that kind of anything can happen with a single cheeky miss.
So once again, though, just kind of waiting for Australia to complete their roster. Canada much more ready in a timely manner. They're just, oh my gosh. I mean, you just never see their slots empty for some reason. It's kind of funny. But other than that, oh well, someone quit, and that's probably a secret box. So just kind of gonna switch it around, I suppose. You know, putting Emrek on slot 1. We do want to hear the hit sounds, I guess. And yeah. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, going into an Australian pick. Canada is in a bit of a backseat currently, but can they regain control? Good luck, have fun.
It's going to be attempt 2 for Australia to consolidate a breakpoint. But this is their happy place. This is sort of their domain. But question is, for Canada, can they put up a score line, a team score, like they did on the DT2 on this as well? If they can, it's going to be very, very close between these two teams. Clop it with an early miss on the kind of, nothing aim section, but maybe it's good to break the nerves as we go into the meat of this. The BPM is so high for the level of finger control this map demands, and thus far early on, nobody really missing on these tapping sections.
At 14 seconds, that's all you need to last for, and currently everyone's still doing good, but as time goes on, your fingers start shaking, your fingers starts being tired, you start faltering. Sparkle Fairy and Pink Eye found with double miss. 3v2 currently as Ninjatas outside Silas trying to hold it against the entirety of the Australian powerhouse. 160k in the lead, and they are not stopping. Finally finding a miss, leaving only the top row players.
Oh man, and the nerves here. Nujabes holding onto that FC, but that 92% AC will make a difference. But as long as they can get to the ending, Silas and Nujabes were the two best performers on the DT2, and they're doing it here again for Canada on this DT3. But Emrek box, man, this is what they live for. They are showing it here. Box going to find the breaks, and now it's 1 to 2. So 1 to 2, the scoreline is going to slowly go towards Canada as long as Silas and Nujabes can hold, but Emrek doing all he can to stop the move.
Is still along with the situation. Canada praying, hoping. Nujabes and Silas holds on, but Silas is down, leaving only Nujabes. It's a 1v1 between them and Emrek. 100,000 score difference. It's not going anywhere, or at least not far enough into Canada's territory. Emrek is holding it down so well, like a nail. He holds everything in place. Nujabes is down, and there is only but one remaining in the battlefield. As the dust settles, he alone once again remains. Emrek with the 1500 combo. Australia keeps the ball rolling.
And if there was going to be one person left standing in the dust, it would be Emrek. Getting the full combo and staving off both Silas and Nujabes' attempts to try to take this one away from them. And you see the AC difference as well. I mean, some of the players struggling, but Emrek getting another full combo in this match. DT is his pool. Did it on the DT1, does it on the DT3 again. And Australia now up 5-3 with the first, true lead of the match. Australia took the breakpoints before, but here they've really sealed it.
Oh boy, Australia 2 points away to cementing their seeding and their placement. Number 3 looking ever so glimmering. But Canada, they're down, but they're not out. There's still plenty of maps left to be played, and the worst thing to do right now is to give up. It is going to be their 5th pick, and hopefully they can figure something out.
I mean, also just a quick match cost check-in at this point in the match. Obviously, it's not over. Emrek is currently at 2, Zudinator is the second with 1.5. Third Box with 1.3. So that is the MREG difference that we've been seeing in this entire match, but that stat is just absurd. This is just what happens when you have the best player in the world playing 8-star maps. You see who can keep up and who can't.
Oh god.
But it's gonna be Canada taking the map that you mentioned. You wanted to see No Mod 3, an absolute killer alt map.
This, I mean, as the title implies, this map is sharp. Be careful, ladies and gentlemen, you might just hurt yourself by playing this map. Oh, it's double-edged, that's for sure. But Canada, that is a risk that they're willing to take. They're ready to play dangerous. And here they are once more opting in. Not deterred by that hidden 3 loss, they're going once again for another control map. And this map in particular, oh lord, this map is not normally.
I mean, this might be one of the hardest maps in the pool. Potentially the hard. I mean, this is devious, very, very difficult alt map, but the tech layer over the alt. So many of the alt sections are mapped with sliders instead of just circles, which makes the reading so much harder as you have to go through all the slider bodies to find the circles. We saw Canada play this against South Korea, and they actually lost it, but I mean, losing to South Korea on a No Mod 3 like this is completely fair. They actually almost took it from them. South Korea getting 1.45 million, Canada getting 1.38, with Xylus top scoring for Canada with a 400k. So that is the kind of scores we're looking at, and despite that, they still pick into it.
You know, just kind of tossing the previous players a bit of a low roll, and they are ready to roll again. Looking at the rest, it doesn't seem that we will have a chance for Australia, though they have yet to play this map on their match. It's time for their turn. Emrek is the box against, and it's gonna be Coppit to round out the squad. Australia, you know, they have all the advantage, all the pressure. But Canada trying to get it all under control, trying to tame the flame. Good luck, have fun. It's time to get back into the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen.
And with Australia up 5-3 now, 2 wins away from winning it all here. This is a bit of a do-or-die pick for Canada. And on a map this difficult, you really need to hope every atom in your body conceivably that can play aim control activates at its full capacity here, because everything rides on this for Canada.
Yeah, these strings are absolutely brutal. The spacing, the slider strings. One miss may turn into 7 if you're not careful enough. Already looking at this back and forth, these linears. Yip will be the first one to miss after a while. But the song has yet to start. It's Batud now though, as we go into this section. Zudinator and Sticky Box finding the miss of their own. 2v2 on the full combo 40.
I mean, the pattern in this song just looks unhittable. I don't even know who, like, the players who hit it. I mean, they're just unreal. Emrek Akins still holding onto those FCs. Kloppet losing the big combo. Xylus, though, trying to stave off one of them, but Australia with a big lead here. So with how difficult this is, you can't imagine both hold. But Australia's doing it. They still have that 2A intact, but Canada not too far behind. You have Xylus on the 500, Yip and Zudinator matching up big.
The control is gonna keep on going. Xylus finally misses, and now Canada in a bit of a hot water. Australia kicking up the heat, but will get burnt themselves. The double miss from Emrek and Akins. Yip as well. Everyone falls victim to Qatar. Zudinator finally finding yet another miss, but 90k difference. This is gonna be very difficult to come back from. Combo is scarce. Combo is nowhere to be seen, and Canada starving for any kind of firepower.
I mean, that section just obliterated everybody. I think everyone getting at least one miss in that div spike, but Australia have the lead coming out of it with Box on 400 combo, Emrek on 300. Canada just have Zudinator now with that Xylus miss. And it's, once again, it's similar to that hidden 3. It's just every scrap of combo matters. But once again, on the aim control for Australia, look at the 2 players with the big combos that are remaining. Akins put up an incredible start. But in this moment, Emrek and Box with the combos as they try to look to close it out here in this last quarter.
Not much time remaining. We need to see an absolute earthquake in the side of Australia. A quad squad miss for Canada to bring this back. But, ladies and gentlemen, Australia is no genie. They will not fulfill Canada's wish as they go and destroy the zigzags. Australia pushing their advantage, pushing the envelope, not stopping anytime soon. The Secret Box finally finding the miss. Ultimator Embrek like yin and yang hits the patterns, but only one will get the point.
And Canada finding another lost pick as Australia, once again led by Emrek, but just an incredible team score overall. A 1.7 million scoreline as Canada maybe did not find the needle in the haystack they were searching for. And they get sliced by Qatar as Australia now up 6-3 with their own pick. Plenty of opportunities to close this out. And with how they've been looking in these last few maps, it's going to be tough for Canada to do much here.
It's a tough situation for Canada right now. Only having one pick remaining, they need to steal 3 picks from Australia, and failure is not an option. Fremont 3 is still open, and Australia probably eyeing that map in particular. Nomad 4 is also very viable, and actually Nomad 5 as well, Vordy.
Yeah, I mean, they had that reading advantage, but they're gonna take the timeout, so they're really thinking here, and I think it's completely fair. I mean, that DT2 it's scary, right? Because Australia should be so good on speed, but Canada got a 2.9 million on it, so you have to respect if they can do it again. But maybe maybe you just pick it anyway at a certain point if it's your comfort skill, and you just assume that maybe Canada kind of high rolled on that one. But it's dicey for that reason, so they're gonna be thinking about this one with that timeout.
Well, the Fox is definitely in their favor. They got the point advantage. It's 3 points in a row. They have the pressure. They have the momentum. Canada, I don't know. Can they perform the same as last time with much more of a pressure? They didn't even time out that much. They're going for number 5.
It is kind of funny to take your time out and then 10 seconds later just pick them out. That's kind of cool. I don't even think their timeout started because it was still within the first pick window, so hasn't even been used yet. As they just go into the reading map, which they did have a head-to-head advantage on. They beat out Canada's score on this pick by about 170k. But man, especially that Emrek box duo on these aim control picks have been looking so good. They looked so good on the Hidden 3 and on the Nomad 3 that I can see this pick being very logical.
Yeah, a few minutes and 2 seconds of getting Cheester control. I suppose they still do want the timeout. I'm guessing practicing a bit more of the map, but hopefully not too much that they mind block. This is quite the pivotal pick. You really do not want to break point, especially when you're at the finish line. This is, plenty of pressure on Canada, but especially so on Australia.
I mean, you never want it to slip away when you have this kind of lead. And against a team like Canada, gotta stay on your toes, but Australia have just been playing so fantastically that Canada's gonna have to put up a great score here.
This is just... definitely quite a bit of a pressure. However, let's take our minds off of this one. Monderi, 660k last time he played this map. Plenty of pressure. He looked really good on the Hard Rock map there, so I do think that he's feeling quite nice for today. But on the other side, the lineups were Emrek, Secret Box, Pal and Saver. Basically 3 of them getting solid 500k, so Wanderio even more pressure to perform because Australia just much more all-rounded in this map.
I think another factor for a pick like this is when Canada played this last time, Zudinator was not in for it. And when Zudinator's been the best player for the side of Canada in this match and in their previous match, any pick where you can take their best player out of it, I think this is really, really good for you. You do not want, I mean, with how Zudinator played early on, you don't want to see a performance like that again if you're on the side of Australia here. And that's potentially one of the reasons they picked into this. And overall, just the team consistency, right? Canada getting their score primarily with Wandereo 650k, Australia a bit more even, which is honestly better for them. And Emmerich and Box always have the chance to just overperform compared to their previous attempt. You're going to see the same lineups from both teams here, so no changes.
Here we go. Good luck, have fun. For one team, their potential last map. For the other, a potential entrance to the top 3 title. No Mod 5, Australia's pick. Here we go. Good luck, have fun. AR 7.7, by the way. It's gonna get real dance and it's about to get real dicey. It's time to read, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, get those reading glasses on. You're gonna need them. Some of the awkward overlaps you can already see. You gotta be practiced on a map like this, and obviously both teams are with how much is on the line. But really, once the map ramps up and you get those extended aim sections, you just need such unbelievable levels of control to get through them. See Steam, Happy, and Yip with some early misses here. Paolo just with that one initially, but won't matter too much as Australia with a big lead here, especially with that Wandereo break. Canada falling apart a little bit, but 2 misses from Box and Xaver will give them a little bit of breathing room.
Paul and Emmerich still holding Silas down, but now, ladies and gentlemen, it's a standoff. 1v1, a gentleman duel. Sword against sword, gun against gun. Pan against pan. Silas and Emmerich wielding their weapon, holding it down for both countries, but Canada recovering much better. Some support, some resemblance of reinforcement, but it's going to get even better. The Canadian leaf will flourish as Silas flies away with 600 combo.
Emmerich with that miss, and Xylis getting through with 99% accuracy as well. Looking phenomenal on this reading pick. He was the silver bullet Canada needed to pierce through Australia's armor, and he's doing it. Canada takes the score lead, and as long as Xylis can hold, it's just going to keep going as Australia pretty much no combos left. Xylis finally finds a miss, so does Wandereo, but that 100k
Look at the lead though!
But it's going back to Australia in this ending. Do they have enough time? They can.
They
Maybe
don't!
if
They
hold.
make the chain miss! It's going back! Canada letting it slip away! Emmerich holding it down once more, 360 combo! And sadly, the dream will stay a dream! Australia closes it out 7-3. Good game and well played.
And it just slipped away from their grasp. They had their hopes in their hands, but it just went away as Australia, in what was initially such a close matchup, ended up being 3-3 at one point. Now 7-3 as Australia just looked so dominant by the ending. And I mean, really, what can you say about what Emmerich did to Canada today? Played at an unbelievable level on pretty much everything. That is the kind of performance you want to see from the greatest to ever do it in Clickin' Circles. He showed it here as Australia, for the 3rd year in a row, secure that top 3.
Man, yeah, just big props for both teams. Just pure all-star performance again and again. Just pure pressure from both sides. Never a dull moment with these two teams just now. But one has to win, and it was Australia. Good game, well played. And that was just a beautiful match, to say the least, for them.
I mean, yeah, in Canada as well, man. Like, I believe this is their best result, or it ties their result for several years. So this is the best Canada has looked in quite a while. especially in this more modern era. So big props to them. I mean, the top 3 teams coming out of qualifiers, Australia, USA, and Poland were, I mean, they were the favorites to make it in the top 3 by a good margin, and they all made it into the top 3. But a really, really good attempt at contesting them. But Australia will make it through, and they will be versing the loser of USA-Poland later next weekend. But we'll see that match later today, I believe. We'll check that time for you. Let's see here. So that will be at 18 UTC, so quite a ways away. Probably the next day. Hopefully stay up for that one tomorrow. But remember as well, you still have time to get your banners. Those are still in the shop. The banners will be available up until the grand finals start. So if you want to have a banner for the entire year, just buy the one for the team who wins, whichever the 3 win that are left. And GG's to these 2 teams, and we'll see the show match as well, actually. I believe we have an all-star show match at 16:30 UTC. So that'll be a little bit before Poland USA, so hope to see you for that.
Indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my. Are we actually doing it?
Oh, wait. Oh,
Oh.
TV show match. I mean, sure. I would kind of love to see this because this map is awesome. Especially the storyboard. I hope we get to see the storyboard as well on stream because it looked fire. But yeah, 6-minute TV. The players are all in playing for fun. So I'd love to see it.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are running it back. Just close your eyes. It's 6-6, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the climax. It's tiebreaker time, and oh boy, everyone is preparing for this map. Okay, Big Snack, Klopp with the secret box, and Emre coming in. City Nater, Xylis, Wanderi, and Steam Happy for Canada. It's tiebreaker time, and this is it. This is the only map that matters. Those who win this wins it all. Oh my.
For sure. Actually, the whole match before, just for fun, the tiebreaker. I mean, what's kind of cool about when you see a tiebreaker played like this with no nerves on it, obviously because the match is already over, is you kind of get to see like more of the true skill cap of the players shown without the nerve element, because they'll get closer to what they can normally get. See Big Snack coming in on the screen for Australia. Haven't seen much of him, but good to see him on the Hard Rock with this tiebreaker.
Oh,
Good luck to Big Snack.
The Steam Happy with ease. Oh my god, we're getting every single mod there is. Legally, of course, there's no flashlight, but it's okay.
Love to see Amrek on the DT for this, but that's not legal either. It'd be a different time.
That's true. Oh my god, yeah, this is gonna be fun, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off, still 3 FCs, 4 actually, surviving in the beginning, but this map, it's gonna be quite the challenge.
I mean, this will test everything, every skill set will be touched on a tiebreaker like this. An original from T-Pazolite. Very, very cool to see that. But I mean, yeah, it's gonna be chill. Probably not gonna be as energetic for this one considering match is already over. But also at some point, I highly recommend. Obviously, it's an 8-star, over 8-star tiebreaker. Not many people can play this realistically, but check out the storyboard if you have time. It's very cool.
Oh yeah, I mean, again, if you don't wanna play it while not with the less than 100% background dim, auto is a thing. Cinema mode is a thing actually. So cinema. Currently, I mean, we are watching 3 players. Well, we're watching 2 players on the big screen FC.
Xylis and Zedinator showing potentially what could have been had they forced Australia to go tiebreaker. They're holding onto that double S rank. Australia, Secret Box as well in the S rank, but did find that early break.
Secret Box just saying,
Canada? Question mark.
Yeah, question mark.
Despite the easy quote-unquote disadvantage, they're pulling back the lead. Oh my goodness. Silas and Zutinator on the same wavelength. And they are hitting everything thus far. First 1/3, still looking pretty good, but another very interesting part coming up. So, gotta keep it going, I suppose. Canada putting on a show one last time. Ladies and gentlemen, watch and learn as we go into yet again another tricky section.
This is like, it's kind of unreal from Xylus and Zutinator right now. I mean, obviously you're playing with no nerves, but still takes incredible consistency to get through this.
Oh my god, they hit the squares! Guys, it's a game about clicking circles. Why are we hitting the squares?
True.
God, okay, they're still going. A secret box. Well, they're still going. Oh, here we go. Sliders.
Oh.
Oh my days. Salis is down. With the Zutinator. Lord have mercy, she's cooking it like spaghetti. These sliders, nothing but absolute nothing actually. 1007. Oh my god. Lord have mercy. Ya Allah.
What is Zutinator doing here? This is actually, I mean, this is just an unbelievable score. All these cut doubles as well. Oh, misses on the slider. No.
Okay, that's enough. Oh, yep, that is quite the performance to say the least. This one is just kind of impossible. Not gonna lie, we do not see any survivors.
Yeah, very, very good run from Xylus and Zutty. Just enjoy these sections, these time signature changes, all these awesome patterns.
God, going to the speedier section here, the 1/3. Silas on the secret box alongside Emrek hitting it quite comfortably. Emrek is now down, Zal is now down, a secret box. Yeah, I mean, it's no secret that he is pretty good at the game. Finding a miss at the end of the stream. Oh, Emrek, good morning. What's up? Thank God, no tiebreaker. Not gonna lie, that's fair, that's fair. Oh my god.
You actually may be fair with those, you know, Xylus and Zutty making it basically to the halfway point with the FCs remaining. And
Oh my god, no joke. I saw the showcase, I actually teared up when when this part came up. It's so good.
it's so
just-
good.
Damn,
Oh,
let him
man.
cook. It's too good.
This is cheat reel, right? This back.
It is, it is.
Yeah, awesome.
God, it's like that one scene in Ratatouille where he just eats the cherry and the cheese, but now back into the actual song once more. Oh my god, why is it so close, guys?
The easy up against Big Sang on the Hard Rock. I am just manifesting. I am praying we get to see this in USA Poland.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I will be watching that no matter what. Just a bit more, ladies and gentlemen. As the curtain is closing, one last fireworks will be unleashed in this map. The last burst, the last energy. Here we go. Sliders, everything, the burst, the aim. Just the entirety of the OC skill set in one neat package. Good game, well played for the both of them.
And GG's, and thank you to the players for letting us see that tiebreaker. Awesome, awesome map. That'll be, I believe, it for Realties. And just a reminder for the next two matchups we have this weekend, we have the show match happening at 16:30 UTC, and then Poland USA will be pretty much directly after that at 18 UTC. So strap in for that. But once again, won't do the full outro. GG's to Australia for making it in the top 3. Condolences to Canada, but still fantastic job in getting that top 4. And any last words, Bangtan?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is just the appetizer, believe it or not. Remember 18 UTC, remember banners. Lock in, guys. That is all for the...
GG's, but we'll see you there. Strap in.
Bye-bye.